host a weekly way off Broadway theater series at the Heritage Grill in the back room. So come by any Wednesday at 7:30 and see the show. It's all pay what you want too, so art for everyone. And yeah, I want to have again. It's at the Heritage Grill every Wednesday, 7:30, and I'm a storyteller and a songwriter, and sometimes I put.
Is the room in the back, right?
Correct. Yeah. Sometimes I put collections of stories and songs together into 1-hour shows, and sometimes I just do the other ones. So this is a story. I wake up on the hard bed underneath the mosquito net, next to the open door leading to the squat toilet. It's my brother Beau and I's very first day on Don Det, which is one of many islands that emerge from the Mekong River in southeast Laos before the river drops into Cambodia. There's no cars on the island, a couple hundred inhabitants, no electricity at this point except for what comes from generators for a couple hours in the evening. And our goal for the day is to explore our way to Don Con, which is the next island down. They're linked by a small railway bridge that was part of the only stretch of rail line the French ever laid in Laos during their colonial period to help them get the Mekong River cargo through the rapids as the river drops in elevation. So we leave Mama Tenon's guest house and our $3 room for the day and head off on the walking paths of the island. We're only about 10 or 15 minutes underway when we pass the island's small Buddhist temple of Wat. There's a few small children playing outside and a young monk standing there fully present in his bright orange robes with his closely shaven head. We've almost passed from earshot when we hear, "Do you speak English?" And we turn to see the monk, and I think, do you? We quickly find out his name is Monk Some Phone, but we can just call him Phone. He's been studying English for 1 year and would like to practice. Would we like to join him in the Wat for some conversation? Now I hesitate only because in all the guidebooks I read, I thought I was not supposed to interact with monks at all, but the phone says it's fine as long as we don't make any physical contact, so I cover my shoulders and follow him into the Wat, taking care to sit on a lower step than him as we learn about his life. He was born on Don Det, as was his father and his grandfather, who were both fishermen who lay their nets in the river at night and collect them in the morning. But Phone now lived at a Wat in Vientiane, the capital city of Laos. He'd spent 5 years as a novice monk, which I learned by this point is not uncommon for young Laotian men to spend a few years as a novice monk before going on to pursue a career or family. And I often have wondered in the meantime since how our society might be slightly differently structured if our teenage boys spent a few years meditating instead of masturbating. But now at the age of about 20, Monk and Phone had become a fully confirmed monk. We'll have a few follow-up questions when we hear that he's about 20, but he says rural Buddhists don't keep track of their birthdays. He is certain, however, that he was born on a Tuesday, and he can't believe that my brother and I don't know which day of the week we were born on. His days at the Was in Vientiane start around 4 a.m. when they sweep the monastery and then pray Buddha before going to beg alms at around 6 a.m. They go to collect donations of food for their breakfast and lunch. It's the 2 meals they'll eat that day. If he's hungry in the evening, he drank water. And if the people in the city were too busy to come give alms for food, as they often were, he would fast for the day. After breakfast, he tried to find time to read newspapers, especially in English if he could afford them. But at 4,000 kip a week, it was a prohibitive expense for him as a monk. It's about 45 cents Canadian at the time. In the afternoons, he attended school from 12 to 4, and this was a bit of a clue as to his path to becoming a monk. His student fees were slightly lower as a monk, and he was very keen to study if his amazing English skills weren't clue enough. He would finish his schooling in about 1 year if he could afford the tuition, which was about 100,000 kip a term, about $12 Canadian. Now, eventually, we leave the Wat and head back into the heat of the island and do make our way to Don Con, with Phone traveling with us, and we get to see Don Det through his eyes. We pass his family's small rice paddy, although the ground is so hard and dry at the moment that it's hard to picture the entire area green and lush and full in just a few months' time after the rains come. There's water buffalo and cows grazing on the hard, dry scrub, and Phone explains that much ceremony is undertaken whenever a water buffalo is killed because they're very respected for the work they do in the rice paddies. Cows, on the other hand, were considered generally lazy. We cross the railroad bridge to Don Con, and Phone points out the old rusted-out train engine, a World War II relic from the last time the train tracks had been used. He points out the path to the waterfalls that many of the other backpackers like to visit when they're in the area. He points to what looks just like a pile of dry agricultural debris to me, but I don't see the island the way Phone does. He says it's a hiding place for the hen and her chicks after dark to rest free from predators. Now, by the time we get back to the temple, Bo, my brother, and I are exhausted and sweaty and starving and thirsty in the way that only white people get in Southeast Asia. And Phone has to excuse himself for his 6 p.m. bathing ritual. But we meet back at the temple afterwards because he's invited us to travel to his family home on the sunset side of the island. It's just across the walking path from the river, one of those raised thatch houses that's typical for Laos, relatively large by local standards, but small by our standards for a family of 9. We climb up the stairs into the single room that's lit by one light running off what appears to be a car battery in the corner. We sit on mats on the floor and drink coconut water and meet the family, Phone's parents, the 4 siblings that still live at home. In his 5 years of study towards becoming a monk, this is only the 2nd trip he'd made home from Vientiane, and only due to special circumstances. His older sister was very ill. She spends most of the evening in the corner, tiny limbs and chest with a distended belly. She lies with a damp cloth on her neck or legs and stays quiet most of the evening. Another round of beverages is offered, this time from a pitcher. It looks like iced tea, but I can't understand the words that Phone uses to describe it, because my white privilege prevents me from recognizing the boiled water as intended for human consumption. Phone gives us a worn vintage book called Let's Speak Lao with some travel-oriented phrases translated phonetically to English. We present him with a postcard of Vancouver and a Canada flag sticker. It was the only thing we could find in our backpacks during our short dinner break to offer as a gift. Now, by this point, we've been so touched by Phone's hospitality. Maybe it sounds like a sob story coming from me, but he was just so grounded and positive and intelligent and full of potential that we would have given him anything, having seen what we had had of his country to try and help him on his way. But there's only one ATM in Laos, and it's in a city that we traveled from the previous day via a 9-hour overnight bus ride, and then about 4 hours with 30 other people and 2 babies in the back of the pickup, and then a long-tail boat across the Mekong. And we're traveling into northeastern Cambodia's Ratanakiri province. We won't see another ATM until we reach Phnom Penh in weeks, maybe. But we decide to risk running out of funds anyway and present Phone with $20 US, the preferred local currency, so he can pay his tuition and buy newspapers, and give his parents $20 to cover his sister's medical treatment. Phone's headed back to Vientiane the next day, so as the conversation organically wanes, we decide to leave him to quality time with his family. He walks us downstairs, even though he says he doesn't like to be outside after dark because of the spirits. Before we part ways, he wishes us health, happiness, and good luck forever. And Bo and I, in return, wish him health, happiness, and good luck forever before we leave to walk on our separate paths on a playing field that is maybe not entirely level.